One thing I've never really done on this channel is give any background as to how I got into gardening, or really done a formal introduction of any sort. So today's the day. Hi, my name's Brad. I live here in Northeast Ohio. I have really never given a formal introduction to me or my background in gardening or to why you might want to subscribe to my channel. So we'll start from the beginning, kind of like who I am, what got me into gardening, and where we are today. Uh, I started gardening roughly about 18 years ago in my parents' yard. My mom was influenced by the neighbor who had a beautiful cottage garden to kind of try gardening out, see if she liked it, and she quickly realized she did not like it. Somehow I ended up taking over the maintenance of the flower beds and stuff, and then I ended up creating gardens about half the backyard. We had about three quarters, no, a third of an acre, I think she said. Third of an acre. It seemed big. We had a very narrow but long lot, but I took over half of it. I created a bunch of beds. I had an obsession with plants. I was working, and I remember this, I was working as a pizza delivery driver at the time. Um, and every dollar that I had, because I wasn't paying rent in my parents' house, went into buying plants at Lowe's on clearance and just shoving this garden full of plants. A couple years later, I ended up moving out into an apartment with my now husband Rob, and we started kind of. We had private patios in those gardens, and then we um, had some space on the outside to garden as well. Quickly filled that out because got to bring plants from mom and dad's house and make the inside look nice, and then quickly filled the outside of my apartment up with plants. And then there are like three other plots of people next to us. They were kind of like condo style apartments, and I took over the whole walkway area. I mean, you would just walk down the main section and you were just engulfed in plants. And I did that for about 7 years. And I won multiple contests in there. I won, let's face it, I won first place every year. People were mad that I was still in that complex. They tried to change the rules, and that was fine. The year that I moved out was my final first place. Um, Not to sound arrogant, but I had it. I had it in the bag. Anywho, so when we moved out in December of 2019, we purchased this house. It was just like a month or two before the pandemic was officially like announced, and everything hit the fan and life kind of slowed down. But for me, life didn't slow down. I was still an essential worker, and I was bringing over 500 pots of plants. I dug up my entire garden from over there because they told me whatever was left behind was going to get sprayed with Roundup, because that was not what they wanted landscape wise, and nobody was going to take care of it. They did not take Roundup to everything that I left behind, because I did leave a few wicked plants behind that I just knew what they were going to do if I moved them. And they did cut it down and it spread everywhere, which was an Aurelia. Moving past all that, um, I started work in this garden that January. I carved out a bed along the side of our garage, and I planted, oh geez, I think about 400 Oxford tulip bulbs that I got on clearance at Lowe's. Planted a bunch of tulips actually in front of these windows, which is our living room here, of this mix that I got that, let me tell you, I'm so glad they don't come up anymore. They are ugly. They were pink, no, excuse me, purple, red, and yellow. I'll take any color in spring, but not that blend. And I planted them in a straight row, which just really just didn't look right. Needless to say, I was planning to make a impression on the neighborhood, which brings us to today. 18 years strong in gardening. I'm so fortunate for the things that I have accomplished in that time frame. I've been featured on Fine Gardening's newsletter that goes out in the emails. I've been featured in our local gardening center's magazine that goes out every year and on their website. I've been a part of the virtual tour of the Master Gardeners local to me, and I'll be on the 2026 walking tour as far as I know. Um, I have been featured on greatgardenplants.com as well. There's a number of things that I have done. I lost my job now, not in 2024, but in 2023, end of 23, and started my landscaping business, Garden Evolution. And it was a slow year. We had, it was the first year, and this year I've got multiple projects coming up, so I'm hoping to be able to share some of those with you. I've got partnerships that I have planned out with other companies, which I'm really excited to show you, plants that I've chosen. It's not just I get a bunch of things sent to me. These were specifically hand-picked plants I've already grown them for certain areas and all of that. And I do want to trial some stuff. I don't claim to know everything, so if you're coming here for deep, informative information, have some grace. I try to have fun in the garden. I try to do tours throughout the year, and I just generally want to have fun and inspire you to just get out and do stuff in your yard. I want you to be able to, learn new skills or be inspired to try new things. I do a lot of DIYs. Everything that I've done in this yard has been done by my hands, from building my greenhouse to retaining walls and pathways and such, and we'll recap some of those and how they've held up over the years. I just want you to be able to know that you have found a page where it's just chill, lay back, and anything goes. So I hope you have maybe considered hitting that subscribe button, following along on the journey of what's going on in my yard, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye, guys.